Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Okay, here we have the key is meek. And what he's getting at here is that people become meek, softened. In the First Testament, we hear of Ezekiel praying that God might melt his hardened heart and give him a heart of flesh. And Christ saw that so many people, especially the authorities, were hard-hearted. And to advance spiritually, they had to have not only their heart broken from sadness, but also get over your hardness in your attitudes toward people. So another translation here might be, blessed are those who have softened what is hard in them, they receive new strength. And happy are the gentle, the disciplined, those who are now stilled in their desires. This one brings to mind a parishioner that I had the pleasure, I really liked the man very much. When Rosemary and I came to serve the church, he had a vile temper. And he would come into the room, we'd have a board meeting of about 20 people, and he'd start out, it was almost like a chemical imbalance crept in or a sudden volatile change. So you would have this man, I don't know what to call him today, I want to give out his actual name, but this man would go from smiling at the table to starting to yell and jump up and kind of weird language and threaten to leave the church. And that was a pattern. He'd be going along, and then you could almost see the chemical change in his emotional layer take place. I always thought it was that he felt pent up, and he should have gone outside and taken a walk or something, but he stayed at the table and made everybody's life miserable for a while. But you see, the love came in from the parishioners, and the rest of us who were with him said, no, that's all right. We understand your frustration. And he would calm down, and then he'd be back to normal. Really nice guy. Salt of the earth, would do anything. But he had to become meek. Moistened in his rigidity is another translation from the Aramaic. Then he became teachable and receptive, and then he began to bear fruit. He had worked in the prison ministry for quite a while, many years, and he used to speak of them as no good prisoners, and they didn't even deserve to be alive. And once he became softened, I saw this over a period of about 5 to 7 years, he began to see, well, they're in prison, but then he went back after retiring to work with them, and now he had a different attitude. He began to love them. His heart began to open. He really cared about them. A marvelous transformation to see, and I think this is what Christ is driving at in Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.